So there's 3 up front, there's 4 right here. If you sit up front, you get a special prize. All right. Your special prize is sitting next to Jason. Hey, he's sitting up front. Good job. Well, okay, let's go ahead and get started.
If I sit here, am I in your way?
Thank you all very, very much for making your way to our new home at Parkway Fellowship. I am excited. That means we are growing quite a bit, and it's a little more comfortable, don't you think? Parking lots. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And this wouldn't be possible without the vision. I thought, where are we going to move to when we left Young's and we went over to Thrive, and they were real gracious to us and let us have their place. And then we started getting crowded there, and I said, where are we going to go next? And I said, wow, wouldn't it be good to go over to Parkway Fellowship? I had not even asked anyone about it, and then Pam McGee, where's Pam? There she is, right there. Look, there's Pam. Pam had the vision, and she said, thank you, Pam. So, Pam and Parkway Fellowship and Pastor Mike McGowan, they have been so gracious to let us have the use of this facility for the foreseeable future every Wednesday morning. So, how many of you went to Thrive Church this morning? Joe, I heard you went there. Gary. See, there's an email that comes out way in advance. You guys, this will be a lesson to check your email and say, oh, it's just another round of click.
My car didn't know that, though.
When your car didn't know that, reprogram your GPS. So pass the word around, and again, we're very blessed. Thank you very much, Pam. We're so happy to be here. Well, as you know, I like to start with something kind of funny. Since we're in a new church, I heard this story about some scientists that were in an argument with God. Not an argument, a discussion. And the scientists told God that we don't need you anymore. We have discovered how to do transplants. We can cure diseases. Heck, we can even clone people and animals. So God, we don't need you anymore. Well, God looked at him and said, well, that's really great. How about a challenge? He said, sure, what you got? How about you make man out of dirt? The scientist says, all right, let's do it. So they reached down and they grabbed some dirt. And God said, hold on, man. Go get your own dirt. There was a funnier one about a guy that was trying to lose weight with his wife. He was sucking in his stomach, standing on the scale. His wife says that doesn't help. He says, yes, it does. That way I can read the numbers. Thanks. That really made me feel good. All right, we're going to run through quite a bit here today. There's a lot to go. I hope you all have a great Mother's Day. I know there's some birthdays. Dr. Kelly. Where's Dr. Kelly? That's his birthday today. Thank you, Dr. Kelly. Is everybody else's birthday today? Kind of say happy birthday to you, too. Okay, and I want to say, first off, thanks a lot to Texas Pride Disposal. Where's Texas Pride Disposal? Please stand up first. There you are. Thank you so much. And her daughter has provided the wonderful stones over there. There's Stephanie right over there. And there's her information. She's got a card. And she's starting a business selling these stones. And she'll be one of the first participants in our COLE program, which you're going to hear more about, which is cultivating our leaders for tomorrow. Our committee chairs that are working out the details right now. Where's Kristen and Brian? Right there, Kristen. Stand up. Brian, stand up. So if you have any questions, talk to them. But there's more announcements to come later, so we'll let you know about that. Also, once again, Jason and Keith at First Cup Cafe, stand up. These guys right here, always providing a great coffee for us, and they have not let us down once, and we really appreciate it. You're very involved, and we love you to death for it. Thank you very much. So, was anything special going on over the First Cup? No? Okay. Yeah, this is always special at First Cup.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to ask, Becky, anything special picking up disposal? Oh, they start at Western Lakes, June 1st. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. And let's see, moving on real quick. We're going to go right into speaking of students and things of that nature with the COLE program. Many of you know that I'm a local Rotarian here at the Rapidsburg Rotary Club. And John Ike is Mr. Rotary, and he has been involved in Rotary for, here he comes, I don't know how many years, he'll ask him when he gets up here. But we have a student exchange program at the Rotary. Now this benefits you. We have a Russian student who is going to be here right at the beginning of end of June, 4th of July through the whole month. John's going to let us know about that. And this young lady is going to help us. How awesome to help us at 4th of July. She's from Russia. It's a chance to see us celebrate our independence in this country. I think that's going to be really a fantastic thing. So, real quick, I'll bring John's going to spend a few minutes tell you about the program and how you can get involved and exchange ideas with a student. Here we go.
Thanks, Don. It's great to be here. What a vibrant group this is. You guys are almost as vibrant as our Rotary Club. We meet at the Western Lakes Country Club every Friday at 8 o'clock. And if you'd like to come out and meet some of our members, or some of our members are also members of this organization. Rotarians, please raise your hand. Okay, you can see several of them. So we'd love to have you come out. Let me tell you just a little bit about our program, which is called the Watch and Learn program. It's a program that is jointly co-sponsored by our Rotary Club, Brazos River Rotary Club, and the Russian club Vlad Eco, which is in about halfway around the world in the city of Irkutsk, which is very close to Lake Baikal, if you remember your geography. She has been involved in a study program, 2 years of intensive English study, and then at the same time she's been studying management theory in her studies at the university. She's going into her senior year. When she graduates, hopefully in 2017, she'll receive a Bachelor's of Business Management degree from the Irkutsk State University and the University of Maryland, which is part of the program. We've been doing this for 20 years. She's going to be here for 2 weeks, beginning on the 30th of June. She's here to study our business practices in a market-type economy. So if your business is interested in having her come to spend a couple of days, 1 or 2 days with you, so that you can see how you run your business, please, I'll stay around here after the program. Give me one of your cards. Tell me you're interested, and I'll be in contact with you. But this young lady has got a lot of experience in Russia. She's looking to translate that here in the United States while she's here. She'll be here for a full month during the month of July. So come see me after the program. And I have been in Rotary. This week I've been in Rotary for 40 years.
Wow. Thank you, John. I think it's a wonderful thing, and we're looking forward to just having her help us out at 4th of July. She'll be at our tent during the 4th of July, and at our office. It's going to be just kind of exciting to share our culture. I forgot to do something. Jack's here, and it should remind me every time that Jack helps me out quite a bit. How many of you are here for the first time? Stand up. Just stand up if you don't mind. We'd like to see who you are. Wow. Please stand for them just a second real quick, because I can't go to the microphone, but use your outside voice. Tell us who you are and your business if you don't mind.
Sean Picola with Worldwide Telecommunications, and we do mostly business phone systems, data networks, wireless.
A little bit out here, Worldwide Telecom.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should have done you guys, huh?
In fact, come on up here.
Yeah, there you go.
There we are. We're doing the Phil Donahue thing.
Sean Picola with Worldwide Telecommunications. We do generally phone systems, data networks, infrastructure wiring, any of that type of technology integration with Microsoft and other applications. So that's our expertise. This is my boss.
Hi, I'm Mark Cheney, and I'm the owner.
Thank you for being here. Pass it on.
Hi,
quick, your name, and your company. Yeah, real quick.
Every year was a child advocacy sport event. I'm a recent advocate, also a child.
We'll hear more from you. Great, great.
I'm very community development, and we provide for services to the residential.
Fantastic, thank you. Right here, right next to you, to your left.
My name is Keevan May. We're a commercial printing company.
My name's Tommy Duncan. I have a company called Mosquito Patch. Y'all are all going to be thinking.
Emily Jones, and I'm with Independence Title.
Right behind you. I'm sorry.
I'm Jessica Sonier with the Sonier Group, and I also work with Janice Berry's. It's my first time AD.
Hello, my name is Sam Brown, and I'm a company Carduni's Bakery and Catering, and we're out of Sugar Land. This is the first time here at this chamber.
Jim and Marion Dorna, she's my boss.
Yeah.
We're with Oak Park Retirement Community, 55 and above, independently.
Morning, I'm Kirby Benoff, and I work with Northwestern Mutual in Houston.
Good morning, I'm Scott Talley with Network in Action.
My name is Lillian. I'm the person up here. I have the small business at the 793, the Chinese restaurant.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Moore. I work for SHB Developers. That's actually Steve Gable over here. He's our project manager. We build single-story office condos. They're available for purchase and lease. And we just broke ground in Fulshear. I'll help with
Thank you. All right. Please just bring it on. Bring it on up. Right there. Sorry, dude. I didn't see you there.
Hey, no one ever sees me. My name is Steve Capilano. My husband and I own this Mosquito 2 office. We can take care of your graphic design and printing needs with going from small business cards to large banners. Thank you.
We really, really appreciate you being here, and thank you. Some of you are brand new members of the chamber. Some of you might be considering joining the chamber. I have no problem talking about the chamber all day long. You can talk to me, but what I encourage you to do is talk to the person maybe next to you on the way out and sort of ask why they're a part. But one of the things I think that's most awesome about our chamber is how we support and take care of each other and try to use each other in various ways for business. Whether it be personal business, or in faith, we're all there together as one community, and I think it's really a strong community. Right now we are, Amy might correct me, 385 members? 387 members. So thank you guys very much. That is in about 2 years. Isn't that right, Andy? About 2 years. So phenomenal. Okay. Hey, how about our door prize? What? Are you ready for a door prize? Okay, excellent. But before we do, I'm going to show you this. Tom, who's here visiting us with a mosquito patch. By the way, Tom, we have another mosquito guy back over there. Art, he fogged shards, so y'all have to look up. But this I got to explain, is a patch that goes on your arm, and it's a technological thing. It's vitamin B1. And evidently, mosquitoes don't like that. It absorbs into your skin. It's a vitamin. It mixes with the thiamine. Yeah, listen a little bit. And it creates something that repels mosquitoes. So not only will mosquitoes stay around you, but people will stay around you so the mosquitoes won't eat them. So if you're lonely, this might be something you might want to put on. He highly advises to stick it where there's no hair. I'll let you decide on that. So you're going to get I love it. I just love America. And it is made in the USA. That's one thing I think is really cool. So this will come along with our visitors today, the Hans from Clarity Eye Care. They have a really nice pair of sunglasses here. And I think they're for men or women, right?
Women.
All right.
Oh, they're so cute.
So you're going to be out in the sun. You're going to stick your patch on. And you're going to get no mosquitoes and look cool at the same time. All right. So good prize. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who's our winner? Mike Martin. Clay Martin with Halo. Come here, Clay. Cool. Now, Clay, here's the box. You need to put these on. Right here. There you go. Here's your patch. Turn around and look at everybody. Look at this guy. Awesome door prize. Thank you guys so much for that. That's really great. And we'll give away a couple more. We'd like to talk about Halloween Wednesday. Dylan, if you could put that up real quick. Halloween Wednesday is today at 11:30, and we're going to be talking about Social Media 101 with Beth Miller. Anything you want to know about social media, this is the time to do it. Now, Ben Michael, stand up there. This is over at Ben Michael's Church at Mighty Fortress, and that's over by the post office in Fulshear. And that's where we'll be today. Lunch will be served, so if you've registered, we have your lunch prepared. But if you haven't registered, usually we have a couple extra pieces of pizza. The Centerport Pizza is supplying our lunch today. We hope you come out and learn more about social media. It was interesting, I think I told Daniel, thank you, Ben, that I was going to get totally off the grid on social media, 100% off. And I tried it last week, but I was going to employ some of the tactics I learned on social media. So I walked around to people and I said, hey, here's what I had for lunch today, and this is what I'm doing tonight, and here, let me poke you, and by the way, here's some pictures of my family. And then I listened to y'all talk, and I said, you know, I love you. I have 3 followers, 2 cops, 1 psychiatrist. All I'm just saying is stay online. Don't go around and try to do it in real life. That's our Halloween Wednesday. Okay, we have a rope cutting coming up May the 19th. We have some other rope cuttings that are coming up before then, but I want to tell you about this. And this comes with a door prize as well. May the 19th, the Sugarland Skeeters. We're going to do a rope cutting out at the Sugarland Skeeters ballpark, and there's a game that night. And if you go to their ticket office, ticketreturn.com, and put in the promo code Fulshear, you're going to get $3 off your ticket for field box seats. And it's 70s night. So how many people love the 70s? Yeah, all right. How many of you heard of the 70s? How many remember the 70s? Okay. And if you want to, you can jump up to the picnic where that's all you can eat food and all that sort of thing. You just put in Fulshear Picnic and you'll get tickets there. But we hope to have a lot of you out there. We're going to have games they do on the side. They're going to pick from our group a little bit to come out and do like the hamburger stacking thing. And we're going to throw out the first pitch and stretch the rope across the mound and all that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get our reports of the big jumbotron out there. So it's going to be a fun day. So with that, Tricia, I want to say that Gary Pearson and Republic Services is what it's called, but they have donated. I got 6 tickets to a suite on that day, VIP parking, 2 tickets in suite number 17. Now, Gary, everything's in that suite that you need, is that right?
Come on by.
Come on by. Okay, so if you don't want to have to buy your ticket, here's tickets today. Let's go ahead and give away these. And if you can't use them, please find somebody who can. And who won? Danny Martin. Danny, are you going to be able to go? Come here, Danny. All right. Danny, there's 2 tickets right there. We'll see you on the 19th. Let's give away, actually, let's go ahead and knock it all out right here. We've got 2 more sets. Here's another 2 tickets. Who's our next one? Lynn Raymer. Lynn, where's Lynn? With the police department. No, it was Raymer, wasn't it? Chief, is Lynn here? Okay, I think the chief actually. Bill Brothers. Bill, are you going to be able to go? You are not? Do you have a friend, a client that you might want to give these to? To help your business? Then good. Come on up here. You promise you'll give them away, okay? All right. Bill, I'm your friend. Remember that, okay? Okay, one more set. Flora, are you going to be able to go? Tax season's over, Flora. Are you going to be able to go? You're not going to be able to go? Do you have a client that you can give these to? You do? Or a neighbor? Is she your neighbor? Hey, Flora, your neighbor really wants to go, just in case you want to know. Way to go, Bill. All right. Okay. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Republic Services. We really appreciate that. Yeah. On to Memorial Day. Marking these things up. Memorial Day. This is really awesome. The Brazos River Rotary Club and the Lions Club. Now Lynn Lynch. This is Lynn Lynch. She's the president of the local Lions Club. And, of course, our Rotary Club have joined together with the Chamber to honor Memorial Day and have a ceremony. We did this last year, just kind of threw it together. It turned out we had 300 plus people at the Army Stern Center. We had a veteran who had been in World War II on the invasion of Normandy. Very compelling. We have some dynamic speakers. Some veterans are going to be there. We have red, white, and blue hats that we're getting for everyone. And this over here is a commemorative button that's going to everyone will get. So hope you get to come on out on May the 30th at the Irene Stern Center. No charge. Just come on out. Let's honor our veterans. Okay? So hope to see you there at Memorial Day. Thank you. All right. One quick thing. Here it is. Jeremy Brown, stand up. Okay, I want you all to look at this guy. Does he look in shape or what? Just want you to know, he is offering on May the 31st to Try the Tribe. It's one of our new chamber members. And a couple of people are in this class. But the first 20 people that signed up over there will go on the 31st. I'm going to come try it too, just in case. Jeremy, is there something real quick that you need to say about this at all? We'll just make sure that we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, so what we focus on is we focus on personalized group training. We do focus on proper nutrition, so you get the holistic support. So it doesn't matter if you're dealing with obesity, if it's just something that you want to get in the best shape of your life, if you're an elite athlete, or you're someone that's dealing with diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular, whatever it is, we're for you. It's just the commitment level as far as what you're looking to commit to become the best. So May 31st, Allie has the information back there. She has a sign-up sheet for the first 20 because every class we cap at 20 people. And we actually cap our membership at 300 people. And in Katy, Cinco Ranch, Fulshear area, you guys came out. We actually just broke the national franchise record for fastest to 75 members. So congratulations to everyone here.
And then, yeah, that's awesome. But what makes this special, this is for chamber members only. Okay, this class is not open to anyone else, so you're going to see familiar faces there, and so you're going to see everybody throwing up, and you'll know it's okay. Did I say that? Okay. Dr. Olson, Pastor Olson, Family Hope Gala. Stand up, Dr. Olson. Right here, this is Olson. He's going to say real quick, he's got Family Gala.
Yes, Family Hope Gala on June 24th. You can register online, familyhopefulshear.org, or we have some back there registrations, and love to have you. It's a Penny Hideout, and Tricia and Anna are co-chairs, so talk to them about more about it.
Hey. Thank you. That was fast. That was faster than I wanted to do. Okay. Anyway, there'll be a lot of fun. It's at the Hippie Hideout. How many of y'all have been to the Hippie Hideout yet? Yeah, we're starting to make an appearance there. We've had several events there. I was there with Pam at Love 146. We had our 300 party there as a chamber. Now you're having your deal there. It's really a phenomenal place. You need to go and check it out. Okay, next up I want to show you this. This is kind of cool. 4th of July is coming up, and we still have some sponsorships available. And the neat thing is, is this year we have more room for to get your name out there in a big way. On the stage, we have our normal stage. The Spasmatics are going to be playing. Anybody heard of the Spasmatics? Going back to the 80s. And we have a 24-foot wide LED screen. You're going to have a little jumbotron down there. So ads and video and things like that will be able to be played. So it's a real good opportunity. Just reach out to us at the chamber. We'll tell you exactly what we have available. But also, we're going to have these. These blink when it hears stuff. You see that? We're going to have 3,000 of these passed out to all the kids and adults, red, white, and blue. They've been sponsored already with names that will be on there. But the whole crowd will have these up in the air rocking to the Spasmatics, and it'll just be a sea of lights blinking. So that's going to be a really cool deal. So hope you get it. We only have 3,000. If it's popular, we'll do more. But sounds like fun, doesn't it? Yeah, our sponsor is Houston Methodist West. And we're going to have a tremendous fireworks display, so you guys be ready for that. Truck raffle. Everybody know about our truck raffle? Oh gosh, I'm doing really a bad job now. We're raffling off the 2016 F-150 pickup truck Super Crew, just like we did the Mustang last year. We gave away a casino night, which this year we're planning on doing a casino night for Super Bowl weekend, which will be Friday before Super Bowl Sunday. So it'll be a really kind of Super Bowl theme kind of thing. So we'll get the details out there, but the tickets are available. Just go to our website and you'll be able to buy them. We're only selling 500 tickets. Hey Dylan, do you have the truck up there? There you go. So only 500 tickets. You can pick whatever color you want. That's a good thing. So who needs a truck? Okay, all y'all will buy one ticket. Thank you very much. Door prize time again. Hey, from Texana, we have a plaque here. It's a son's prayer. It says, "Dear God, make me the kind of man my daddy is." That's really nice. Who do we have tonight?
Ben Reichel.
Ben Reichel. How about that? Hey, come on, Ben. There you go. Fantastic, Ben. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. That's okay. We're getting right through this. This is very good. Now it's time for our Fulshear Minute, and Chief, you're ready. We have Mayor Kirkendall will come up and give us a little update on our city, and then we'll get forward. I say that many of you know we just had an election, and Tommy is going back to private life, maybe a little bit more now. But I just know he's going to be a tremendous committee chairperson at the chamber since we're right? Here you go, Mayor.
All right, thank y'all very much. He's not making this easy for me, so. But for those of you who did win all of those baseball tickets, I think I'm going to have a little bit more free time in my future. So I did. Angela Fritz is our economic development director. Somehow she got an invitation to go out to sunny San Diego, California at the end of this week to meet her sister. So can you blame her for doing that? She'll be here from here on out. Just a couple of things to remind you about. We've applied for a Texas Leverage Fund funding for purchasing 25 acres of land for a future master regional sewer treatment plant. That's going to be instrumental for supporting all of the growth that's happening on the west side of Fulshear and the future on the north side of Fulshear. And I know a few of you in here are interested in the zip code analysis along FM 1463. We're finishing up supplying all the information to look at converting those Katy addresses to Fulshear, and also along the Boat Ark area and the new Fulshear Downs, or Fulshear Run development. We want those to have Fulshear addresses as well. So Angela's been helping me work on that. We finalized our plan for financing the Texas Heritage Parkway. That will probably not be on the agenda for Tuesday night, but because we do have new council members who will be coming into place. Hopefully later on in May, they'll be briefed on that so that they can make a good decision to help fund the future Texas Heritage Parkway. That's going to connect FM 1093 up to I-10 at Peterson Road. And so all the stars are aligned for that, so I expect that to move forward. The other thing that you may see on upcoming council agendas, we're going to be adopting a hotel occupancy tax. And you might think, nobody's looking at hotels in Fulshear. Well, we've had definitely much interest in developing hotels in the city of Fulshear, and so that's just another mechanism that we can take some of those funds and apply it back to tourism and development, and so expect to see that. The other thing, in the election this last week, although it didn't come out favorable for me, I think if you look at moving the city of Fulshear forward, the home rule charter was on there, and that passed resoundingly. There was a wide margin of votes, over 130 votes separating the yays and the nays. That's going to bring about a city manager and council form of government. You see Katy, Sugar Land, all the other cities that are growing and prospering. That's the form of government that they operate under, and I think that's going to do the city of Fulshear great things in the future, and so I encourage you to look out for the implementation of that. Your spotlight nonprofit this morning is Child Advocates. We have Ruth Ann and Irene here. I want you to listen to them. I've worked with them very closely. We have a tremendous wealth of nonprofits and people who do good, not only in Fort Wayne County, but in the Fulshear area. So I commend this organization to you this morning, and continue to stay involved in the events, the Memorial Day event that's coming up. We thought that was going to go by the wayside last year. The Lions Club picked it up. That's very important to the community. The Chamber has done great things. I'm proud to have supported it, and I'm glad that you supported it. God bless you.
There's still time to cry. Thank you, Tommy. You welcomed our chamber when we started with open arms, and we really appreciate it. Your city has been tremendously supportive, and we speak up behind me. Anyway, now we'll have our Fulshear Police Department minute with our own Chief Seymour.
Morning. Some of the latest things we've been doing at the police department, we just finished our build out, so we've actually expanded the police department into the next section over. We were kind of sitting on top of each other, so we just finished that. A lot of help with one of the contractors, Rex Burrell. He did an awesome job for us. We got granite countertops. We got plenty of space now, so if you have a chance or you're interested, come over and take a look. But more importantly, tonight, we rescheduled something due to the floods a couple of weeks ago. We're putting on a class tonight, which is, the acronym is CRACE. Not crazy, but CRACE. And it stands for Civilian Response to Active Shooter Events. And that essentially affects everybody in this room. A lot of times when we talk about active shooter, we think about schools. But over 50% of our active shooter incidents happen in the workplace. So what we're here to do, we're not going to teach you how to shoot, we're not going to do any of that, but we're going to give you some ideas as to what to do, maybe as a business owner, as a student, as somebody just socially out, taking part of maybe in church or at a restaurant. These things happen everywhere. They're in our mainstay. And what we want to do is kind of give you guys some ideas, kind of give you some food for thought as to what would happen, what you could do if these situations happen and you were present. So it's tonight at 7 o'clock at the Cross Creek Community Room, free of charge. I would ask that if you do show up, you critique us a little bit. There is a critique. This program is put on by Texas State University and the Alert program, which is again out of Texas State. It's kind of the kickoff from the training that I do for the police officers. We have kind of a different avenue that we take when we attend this training. But again, this training is for you, the citizens. So I do invite you to come out and have a good time with us. It starts at 7 o'clock, and it's roughly going to last about an hour, hour and a half. I know there's a couple of people that attended the one that I did at Western Lakes. I would suggest to you that it's very, very impactful. I will get your attention. So I do invite you to come out and take part.
For you and your captain, here's some mosquito patches. Nothing for gnats. You can figure some of these gnats. Oh my goodness, it feels like I was welted. Those guys are dangerous. Thank you, Chief, very much. It's going to be a really great class. We've got one more door prize, right? What we have is an executive pen to give away. I'll show you. Here's mine. It's one of these little pens, but on the end it has a horse head. How about that? So we'll give away that to somebody and a mosquito patch. But you can write how well the mosquito patch works. Harvey and Zagula. Harvey? Come on, Harvey. How you doing? Harvey is with AGCM, and we appreciate you being in the chamber. There you go. Enjoy that, sir. Put your patch on so we're leaving. All right. Okay. Well, it's come to my attention that, real quick, I just want y'all to know that we have our guest speaker, Kevin Price, hasn't shown up. So I pray that he's safe and okay, and I'll find out what happened. But he has a radio show locally on 11:10 a.m. here in Houston, and I've been on his show, and he does a business interview with everybody. But speaking of business interviews, before we get to our spotlight, I want to explain, is we do podcasts at the chamber. That's part of one of the benefits of being in the chamber. Anybody know what a podcast is? You do? And Dan and I get together with you in my office, and we sit and talk about your business for about 5 minutes. We set up a podcast day last month, had one person sign up. It was great, we enjoyed it, but we want you to take advantage of it. So if you're interested in doing a podcast, call me, and let's get you on the schedule. We'll figure a day that works for everybody. We're looking at maybe the last Wednesday of this month to do that. But it's a great opportunity because these are then uploaded to Fulshear.com, the link. Also, that link you can use as an email signature to talk about your company and get the word out about your company in a better way than just writing about it. People can hear you talk about your company. So it's a lot of fun. It's very casual. It's all about just having a conversation. Typically, in a networking situation, is what do you do? And that's what this is. It's just another way of doing it. So take advantage of that. We want you to do it. Okay. Each and every month when we do have our speakers that are here, we thought, we have a lot of great nonprofits in our chamber. And our chamber has grown so much that our nonprofits are vital to our community. They do a lot. You know, Pastor Dale's Family Hope, all the things that we do, and we try to get the word out of all the great things that they do. But each and every month, we want to spotlight one of our nonprofits. And this month, we're going to do a spotlight on child advocates. And so I'd like to bring up Ruth Ann to talk about child advocates. And Ruth Ann, you're going to have to stretch just a little bit. You've got probably 10 minutes this morning, if you don't mind, as opposed to the original 5. Or she'll take what? She'll take all of it? Okay. But take as long as you need. I'll give you the signal from the side. But everybody, this is Ruth Ann.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you this morning. This is really an honor and a pleasure. It's been so much fun. What a great meeting. Gosh, what great people. I'm going to have to come out here on the second Wednesday of every month. This is great. My name is Ruth Ann Nefford. I'm the CEO of Child Advocates of Fort Bend. And my colleague Irene Wisner here in the front row, she's the Development Officer with Child Advocates. So I wanted to give you an overview of the work we do. But first I wanted to start off by sharing with you some things about child abuse. We live, as you know, in a vibrant, beautiful area. Always is recognized by, nationally and in the state, recognized as being a wonderful place to live. But the harsh reality is that child abuse is here in this community, and it's in every community across the state of Texas and across the country. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused by the age of 18 years old. Every 8 minutes, a child is abused in the state of Texas. And the cost to society is over $100 billion a year. So this is really an epidemic, and it's one of these things that people don't talk about. It's kind of a silent epidemic of child abuse. So this is where child advocate support then comes in. We were formed 25 years ago. This is our 25th anniversary. So in 1991, a couple of volunteers got together, and they brought the concept of a volunteer-driven movement and organization to advocate for children in need. Our mission is to provide a voice for these children in the courtroom so that they don't fall through the cracks of the child welfare and legal systems. It's to heal the hurt of the trauma of abuse, because as you can imagine, children who are abused suffer tremendous trauma, everything from mental illness, psychological problems, to incarceration, homelessness, and so forth. But ultimately to break the cycle of abuse, so that no child has to endure abuse. So if they have been abused, they can heal. But so other children don't have to face abuse. So that is our mission, to provide a voice, heal the hurt, and break the cycle. Over the past 25 years, we have served over 14,000 children. And just last year alone, we provided services to 1,581 children. So if you're a parent or a grandparent or, of course, a community member or a neighbor, you see children, and it's hard to believe as you look out in our community that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be abused. And the number of children we're serving every year is growing. In fact, last year that number of 1,581 was up 20% over the prior year. Part of that is because the community is growing, but part of that is because abuse is growing. So we go out to the community so that we can let people know about this and how they can help and what they can do to be an advocate for children or to do your part to change a child's life. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do at Child Advocates and perhaps how you can get involved. We have 2 different programs. The first program is called CASA, and we have, in fact, Mayor Kirkendall's wife is a CASA volunteer for us. So many of you know of the CASA program. CASA is a national program. It stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. This is a program designed for children in foster care. So when a child is abused and there's a report made of abuse, that report is called in or submitted on the internet, but typically called in to CPS. CPS will investigate whether or not the abuse actually happened, and if it's severe enough, remove the child from the home and place that child in foster care. And that's where we come in. The court assigns us as that child's advocate, or what we call a CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocate. And a CASA is someone like you, someone in the community who steps forward and says, I want to help a child. We provide all the training, we provide all the support, we have a full staff that is there with you every step of the way. We accompany you to court, we accompany you when you visit a child if you would like that. So all step of the way, so you're well equipped. And what do? Well, you are sort of the eyes and ears of the child in the courtroom. So you visit the child regularly, you can visit with their teachers, with their doctor, the family members, biological family and foster family, anyone in that child's life, so that you have a good sense of how the child is doing, if they have any needs that are unmet, perhaps medical needs, psychological needs, educational needs, and then you go to court and you present your recommendations. And in Fort Bend County, we are incredibly fortunate because we have wonderful volunteers and great community support. So every single child, 100% of the children in foster care in Fort Bend County have a CASA, which is amazing. In Harris County, it's about 50%. I think it's 48%. In the state of Texas, it's about 50%. And the difference between a child who has a CASA and a child who doesn't is the child who stays in school, the child who recovers from abuse, the child who graduates high school and goes on to college or vocational training, and the child who gets back involved in our community in a healthy, positive way and is able to raise their own family when they grow up in a healthy way and be a responsible parent. The child who doesn't have a CASA, unfortunately, the statistics are very bad. These children might end up homeless, they might end up incarcerated, they might get involved with substances, alcohol and drugs, they may not graduate high school. It's said that about 75% of people who are in prison have been abused as children. So it's an incredibly negative outcome for children who do go through the foster care system and who do have abuse, unless they have a CASA. A CASA is a person who changes children's lives. So that's one way that we help children. After operating that program for about 7 or 8 years, we realized that there was another population of kids that we weren't helping. And the reason we weren't helping them, even though they had gone through abuse, was because they weren't in the foster care system. Because no one had reported the abuse. Because if you think about it, for a child who ends up in foster care, the report of abuse is because they have some kind of physical symptoms. They have, bruises. They show up at school, they're not fed, clothed properly. They show up in the doctor's office with broken bones, maybe head injuries. Things like that, where someone would notice something is wrong and they're reported. But for many children, there are no outward signs or symptoms. For these children, these are children who are victims of sexual abuse. And so unless they speak out and disclose, no one will know that they need help. So we started our second program, and saw our first child in 1997. That program is called our Children's Advocacy Center. And that program is actually in our building. We opened a center for children in Rosenberg, and that's where children can come who have been sexually abused, and they can receive services from the staff and professionals. We have about 14, 15 people in that group, and these are social workers, these are forensic interviewers who are able to provide a safe place for children to tell their story. When children first disclose, they're oftentimes, they have kept a secret for months, if not years. Well, it is said that only 1 in 10 children who have been sexually abused have actually told. And the reason is because they're oftentimes scared or threatened, or they may not know that their service is available. It's very common for, when I am out speaking to people or when we invite people into our building for tours, that I will have an adult disclose to me and say, this happened to me when I was a child and I never knew there was help. So we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that all children get the help they need when they are children. So the first step in the process is for them to have a safe place to tell their story. So we have a full forensic interviewing staff. They speak both Spanish and English, and we provide an opportunity for children to tell their story one-on-one to an interviewer, while everybody else is in a separate room viewing the interview through closed-circuit television, so that the child's not intimidated, they can feel safe, and they're not re-traumatized. To give you an idea of this process, we conducted over 800 forensic interviews last year, just in Fort Wayne County. And after the child tells their story, then we have all kinds of services. We have victim advocacy, we can help the families, we have the opportunity for the child to receive a medical exam, we have a full therapy program and mental health services where children can come weekly to get free therapy, or the entire time that they may need that therapy, which may be a year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever it takes for that child to go through the healing process. We have therapy dogs, we have a parent-child interaction therapy to include the family members and the parents in the healing process. We do all kinds of cognitive behavioral therapy, individual therapy, group therapy, parent therapy, sibling therapy, you name it. Because this is a very, very difficult, abuse is a very complicated thing for children to go through. And we want to make sure that children heal. We have been very fortunate in Fort Wayne County to have the support of a number of partner agencies. So the law enforcement, all of the police departments across the county are involved in our program, and we work collaboratively with all of our police partners. We have the district attorney's office. John Healy has a full unit, his child abuse unit, is housed in our building, and they are the prosecutors for the criminal cases of abuse. Roy Cordes, the county attorney, we have county attorneys in our office working with CPS. We have CPS investigations, and we have a new group that moved in about 2 years ago called ICAC. ICAC stands for Internet Crimes Against Children. And that is a group that is responding to the incredible growth of social media and online solicitation and exploitation of children, which unfortunately is skyrocketing. Houston is the #1 city in the country for trafficking, human trafficking, including sex trafficking of minors. So it's become an area that we have to be very focused on. So what we do with all of our partner agencies is that we've built a collaborative model in which we all work together. Because as we know, not one of us working alone is going to tackle this problem. It's going to be all of us working in a collaborative fashion with the child at the center, focused on that child and the needs of that child, what that child needs to heal, what they need to have their voice heard in the courtroom so that they don't fall through the cracks, and ultimately how to break the cycle. So I wanted to, because we have a little more time this morning, I wanted to share with you a story of one of the children we serve. We'll call her Becky, and this was Becky's victim impact statement that she read to the courtroom after her case was tried. I was standing beside Becky. This was one of our staff members who was standing beside Becky as she read her victim impact statement. It was Monday, November 27, 2011, when I began to cry in class and realized it was time. I couldn't stand to look at you anymore. I thought everything would have been better since you were gone, but no. I was so depressed that I wanted to kill myself. I started cutting up my arms and wrists, and I even cut my face because I felt ugly. While everything was going on, I was falling apart. My own family didn't believe me because they all saw you as doing no wrong. I lost my brother, my friend, and he has yet to talk to me like he used to. I feel like I even lost my mom. I feel as if everyone in the family hasn't been there for me. Not one bit. I miss my little sister. I can't even talk to her because Mom is afraid that I will tell her the truth. I've been called mean names, and even my grandmother has called me dirty names. I know that Mom knew all along what was going on. I mean, what mother doesn't know? I was in the hospital 3 times, I moved 8 times, and I've been to 3 schools, all in the same year. And the worst part about all of this is that there were days when I worried about what I was going to eat or where I was going to lay my head down that night. My ambitions are high, but my strengths are higher. I can do whatever I want with my life. You corrupted my mother and my brother, but you will stay away from my sister. I was just a baby, and I still am. Just because you and Mom made me doesn't make you parents. Taking care of a child and raising them safe and proper and out of harm's way is what makes parents. I will graduate high school, I will become a United States Marine, and I will become a bigger person than you could even dream of ever becoming. I have no tears or love for you. I had so many doctor's appointments and counseling sessions. I doubt I will ever be truly healed, but I know one thing. Several individuals have referred to me as the strongest person they have ever met. I have endured more hardships in the past year than you have your whole life. I tried to go back home just recently with Mom, and she turned me down. That hurt me so much, but now I have to take care of myself. This event has had a major impact on my life, but I will not let it define me. We saw Becky when she was 3. We saw Becky when she was 17. She had started, she came to us because her father had been abusing her from the age of 3 through 17 years old. And she had never told anyone until one day in class when she couldn't take it and she told the teacher. The defendant, her father, was found guilty and he is now serving a life sentence. And Becky, I'm excited to report, is now a United States Marine. She graduated second in her boot camp, and she just got in touch with us about a month ago, and she's married. She got married, and she's very happy. And she has thanked Child Advocate Support Bed for really changing her life and helping her become the young woman that she is. So it's stories like that, it's children like that. That's just one story, and of course we served 1,581 children last year. So we've left some materials in back. Irene, I think, is going to be back here and she can help you. One of the things that the people ask us is how can we help? How can they help? And a couple of things. One is you can come to our building and take a tour. Please let us know. We would love to have you. We conduct tours all the time. The second way is to become what we call an ambassador. Be out in the community and talking about us, invite 10 friends over to our building for a tour, and become part of the movement. The third way is to become a CASA volunteer, to be that person in the child's life who helps them navigate the system and helps them heal. And the last is to help us become involved in our events or our fundraising efforts. Of course, we are a nonprofit and we love to have community support. So any way you can help would be much appreciated. And I think that, we are so proud to be part of this community and be part of changing children's lives and strengthening children and families to make a better community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. We really appreciate you. I know it's a wonderful organization and everything you do, and it does take a community working together to mitigate some of these problems. And I know Pam and her loved 146 is in the same realm. And Tracy Shaw's husband does a lot of stuff. So, but anyway, I want to give you absolutely. There's everybody. It's everybody. But here's a nice chamber rep, and it says we're lucky to have you. So I hope you can have your coffee and that, and think of us from time to time while we try to think of you and help you. Okay. Well, we have just a couple of minutes, and we're going to run out of time. If you have to leave, we understand. But we have some name badges we need to give away. I just want to let everybody know that there is the road cuttings that are coming up. May 19th, Sugarland Skeeters, Blackburn Family Art and Dinings, Old Gloucester Community Museum, Iron Tribe Fitness. And let's make sure you look at our schedule, and that's where everything is. So here we go. We're going to turn the microphone over to give you all those badges and stuff. Badges. You need badges.
Hey guys, so there are a bunch of pictures in the
Hold it up to your mouth.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. Right way down. It's here somewhere. Tasha Lewis. Bethany Bannister.
Bingo Pet, Mary. Bingo Pet. Real quick. No?
Laura Later. You're going to do awesome. The Clarity Eye Care.
Kristen Coleman. Where's Kristen? Kristen? Here you are. Here's your name badge. Now we know who you are. All right.
Becky Davis. Heather Hernandez. Rainy Spring.
Scott Talley. Scott Talley with Network in Action. Wow, Janice, why don't we just give all the... You got to show up.
And then Parkway Partnership.
Yeah, we have Parkway right there. Banners right there. Okay. Well, I just want to thank everybody once again. Thanks a lot to Parkway Fellowship. You guys really like this. Oh, yeah, Gary, you got something? Come on up here.
Not an announcement, but on the Thursday night for the rope cutting.
Not an announcement. Thursday night for the rope cutting at the baseball field. I do not work with the Skeeters, but I've been there before. Come down to the dugout about 15 till 7 on the first base line. The executives for the team will then take you out to do what you're going to do on the field. So if you're sitting up there, you're going to miss the opportunity to do your rope cutting. I talked to the guy yesterday.
Okay.
Can I have 15-second plug?
Yeah, absolutely.
Child Advocates, I want to tell you, 20 years ago, I was invited to your dinner. State Rep John Swervoss, our state rep, took me. Since then, I had bought a table, donated prizes. I'm not married, I don't have any kids, but if that letter doesn't get to you, something's going on. Everybody in this room gets the opportunity to donate to a lot of things. I don't donate to something that the guy asking me doesn't donate to either. That's a great group. They just had their gala a couple of weeks ago, and if you want to go to a fun dinner, charity, auction, music event, you need to come up here and give this lady your card and get on it. It is one of the best things. People that run these groups have a hard time asking for people to do it. I don't have any problem. I buy a table, I donate items, I buy them back. Come give me your card. Go to that event. It's a great event in Sugar Land, Marriott.
Ben Michael with Mighty Fortress is at where we're having the Halloween Wednesday. He's putting together sort of like welcome bags for new people moving into the community, and it's filled with all kinds of things. He's invited each and every one of you. You have an informational or something or to put into the bag. Get it over to Ben Michael at Mighty Fortress, and it's going to go out to new residents moving to the area. It's a great way to introduce yourself, another avenue. Also, I want to encourage every one of you, use the website at the chamber. Go to your back office. Put things up. Put events up. We have one BFF deal on the website. So make sure you take advantage of all the things that are there for you. Thank you again. I wish you go out there, make a difference this month, and we'll see you at the Skeeters game, hopefully. And God bless every one of you. Thank you very, very much.